Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Bert's here, playing some F1 Manager 2024. Got round 20 coming up next in Mexico at Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. Team principal Ricky Bobby under Jeangirardracing. We got Daniel-Ricciardo and Oscarpiastri taking the wheels this weekend. I might actually put one of our affiliate drivers in place of Danny and get them some more experience. Go ahead and install this new suspension component we need for Danny. Nothing on our inbox. So rear wing manufactured last time, and last time race results. So we did pretty okay. Got some good points with Oscar. Not any points, unfortunately, with Danny. We might need to start looking at scouting some new drivers, potentially. We can maybe entice a couple, since we are currently sitting pretty in P4 in the championship. Yeah, so we got pretty much all these other teams behind us that we can maybe sneak one of their drivers or maybe one of their affiliate drivers. Let's go ahead and check out the strategy prep for Mexico. Very high altitude circuit. Gonna be needing some high downforce just to deal with the lack of air up there, as well as having a high top speed for the very long straight. Looks like it's gonna be warm. We're not expecting rain, and most certainly gonna be a one stop. Alrighty, let's go ahead and jump into it here. Definitely need to be exceeding the expectations of our sponsors. Getting the drivers' mentality, keep that maintained, keep the sponsors happy, keep some money coming in. And hopefully next season we'll have a choice of potentially more or new sponsors that are going to give us some more money. Pretty excited to get through the first season and get into the next one, but until then we've got some races to get through. Continuing on with Mexico, not too many races left. I believe there's 5 after this one, potentially 6 if I remember right. So we got a little bit left, and I forgot to check actually the calendar and the status of our underfloor design, but we should be getting that here over the next week or so after this race. Looks like we're gonna have some clear skies for practice 1 and 2 and cloudy for the rest of the weekend. Go ahead and get these sessions knocked out, and I'll bring you back for quali. Welcome back. Got practice all finished up. Got both the boys to 100% across the board. We are 100% ready for this race. We've got the best available car part components on both vehicles, and we're ready to simulate quali all the way to the race and see what happens. Let's see where we land. Hopefully we can be in a good starting position for the race. Gonna be a long one indeed. We're doing pretty solid in practice. I let Oscar do a couple of tack laps on some medium fuel on a fresh set of softs, and he put in a pretty good lap. So hopefully on some very low fuel and fresh softs he can do us really good in qualifying. We got to keep scoring points. We got to get both drivers to continue scoring points. Danny's starting to lag behind just a little bit, but we also got to improve the car. We got the new design coming soon, but until then we got to use what we've got. And here we go. Let's see where we land. P6 and P8. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So it looks like a 2-stop is going to be the strat here. Tire deg seems to be a little bit higher than normal. Yeah, we'll be able to push a bit on some of these tires, front and back. So I suppose this is going to be the strategy we want to start. And we maybe play around with it as the race continues. We'll see how the track warms in and grades in as the race goes on. Maybe go double hard here if we've got an extra hard. Nope, we've just got the one. So this is it. Our 3 freshest sets. Here we go. Go ahead and jump right into it. Round 20. Mexican GP. Got the Aston Martin leading us out in front. Checo Perez, definitely the crowd favorite this time out. But spotlight is on Jeangirardracing. Let's see if Oscar can keep that P8 slot, P6 slot, P6. See if we can make something of it here with the overtake aggression on high. Let's jump on. Let's do the overhead here. See, we got a few people starting on some fresh softs. I think we burned up a set in practice, but that's all right. Oop, getting a little squirrely with Alonso there. He was giving us some trouble.
That would have been a crash if I didn't avoid
Yeah,
it there.
that's all right, brother. Hang in there.
We saw that.
He was giving us some trouble last race out in Austin. So Fernando does not want any more of it. But he's on the medium also. Soft runners are only gonna get about, I would say, 15 to 18 laps out of those tires. So they'll be coming in rather soon. So if we can stick with P4, P5,
I don't think we can do much more.
might be all right. We're already up 1 with Oscar, or actually we're down 1 with Oscar. And we're down 2 with Danny, unfortunately. It's all right, we got a long race to go. Long race to go. We're sticking with him here. DRS is gonna open up. I don't think we'll get it on this straight, but we might get it on the next straight.
DRS is enabled. Okay, right now you're P7. Car ahead is Alonso.
As long as we can stick
Alonso,
with
0.9.
Alonso here. We're starting to fall back a little bit. Let's push the fuel a little bit here. I know, obviously we don't have any to spare, but that's all right. We'll get it back as the race goes on.
Oscar, you can reduce the LICO slightly.
Copy.
So we are just outside of DRS range.
Yep.
A
This is
yellow
my pace.
flag. What happened here? Gasly taking a spill. Out there in last place, unfortunately. Hey, yikes. Just,
I tried to brake to get out of it.
oof. Well, that didn't work out, did it? Just kind of let that one get out from underneath of him, unfortunately, there. It's going to push him further behind. If we can get it within a second of Alonso here on this DRS detection point, that would be awesome. But I don't know if that's going to happen. Doing okay so far. I think we did. We got it there, actually. Nice work, Oscar. So that's going to put us a little bit closer here on the start-finish straight. It's going to be exactly what we want. Start pushing the fuel here with Danny.
Okay.
So Alonso's going to be outside of DRS from Checo. So we're going to be the only ones that got DRS right now. Now that Aston is very straight, very fast in a straight line. As you can see, even with DRS, we were just barely catching him there. That's all right. As long as we can stay with him through the lap and stay in that spot, we can get our place back. And depending on what Alonso does as far as strategy, we can maybe make the gap up there as well. And Danny Rick, unfortunately, just dropping back and is now in the P13. What happened, Danny?
Okay.
Danny is not
alrighty.
doing so good. Gonna bring the fuel back down. Actually, I'll leave it going here with Oscar. Finish this lap and then I'll bring the tires back down. Okay, I'll leave them cruising. I'll leave the tire strategy cruising for a moment here. Are we gonna get him? Are we gonna get Fernando here? It looks like it. Nice work, Oscar.
Lift off end of straight.
Keep him behind here. And Lance gets around Fernando as well.
Oscar, well done. So you are P6 at the moment, currently P6.
So Lance followed us through there. It's gonna push Fernando behind. We got Yuki in front of us, but he's a little bit far out. That's alright. Lance is on the soft, so he may get around us pretty quickly here. We'll see. If we can keep him behind, that would be excellent. We can go to lap 5 here, maybe. Lap 5 or 6 before I'm going to drop the tie strategy back down. I am going to go ahead and speed the time up, get a little bit further into the race, get us a little bit closer to that pit stop, and there goes Lance. Gonna get around us, unfortunately.
Understood.
I don't know. I think he's gonna actually have the DRS here.
Alonso is now the car behind.
Unless we're gonna be able to get it. Hopefully we can get it. Stick with him. Yep, so we are gonna get the DRS there, so that's gonna help us out. Because he was just about to squeeze a little bit further out in front of us. But I'm gonna speed this up and get a little closer to that pit stop.
We are ready for you.
Copy.
Alright, we're in our first pit window here with Oscar. I'm gonna speed this up to 4. Danny's gonna be shortly behind here. Oscar dropped quite a few positions, unfortunately. But we gained them back as the soft tire runners made their pit stops just recently. So Checo on. So yeah, I need to start pushing aggressive here, because now is going to be our time to make up place if possible. No, we're doing pretty alright. We were fighting with Alonso there, but he has just pulled massively far away in front of us, unfortunately. And George is still on a set of tires as we are. So optimal stop, optimal stops. Go ahead and bring Oscar in. Let's see what George is gonna do though.
Box this lap.
Copy. Box.
George will possibly pit as well. Let's go ahead and push attack here with Oscar. So George is not going to pit there. Bring the tire up with Oscar and the battery. Kind of minimize as much loss as possible there. Danny's gonna make his pit stop here soon. George just came in. Oops. So George just made the pit stop there. So I think we're gonna be in pretty solid shape with Oscar here, hopefully.
Box confirmed.
Nice. So we are gonna be well clear of George there. So on a fresh set of hards for us. Some people have made their pit stops already. Looks like Danny's about to come back in. And that's going to be everybody. And can we get Danny back out in front of George? Yes, we can. Ooh, nice work. But George is going to be right behind us, unfortunately. Let's push aggressive here with Danny. And George already got around us, unfortunately. That's all right. George has got the tires all warmed up, and Danny does not. We're getting them up there real quick. Let's keep pushing aggressive here. I'm going to speed this back up and get to our second pit stop. And hopefully we can make these places back up and get back into the points. We just need to get back into the points bare minimum with both of our boys here, hopefully. Because some of the other teams are starting to just run away with it, unfortunately. All right, here we are. Second pit stop window. Copy, copy. Lando did have a pit stop issue just 1 or 2 laps prior to this notification. So that did stick him right behind us. But we are not going to be able to keep up with him for very long, unfortunately. That's all right. Got a long race to go still. I'm going to speed this back up to 4 here. Get a little bit closer to our pit stop. I'm going to start pushing Oscar back on aggressive, actually. Danny, I'm going to hold off for just a little bit longer. I'm going to try to go 1 or 2 more laps deeper into this with Oscar. So that way we're on a little bit better of a tire on the medium at the very end here. So Danny, Rick, and George have been going at it. We're well clear, both Mercedes, at least with Oscar. And the 2 McLarens are, well clear of us, unfortunately. But we're starting to catch some blue markers, some blue flaggers with Oscar, but we didn't get the DRS advantage right there, unfortunately. So it is going to prompt us to pit on the next lap, but we're going to ignore it and go 2 more. Well, here we go. We're going to ignore that. Speed this back up. Georgie boy locking up. You can't hang with Danny. Danny says, "Thank you, sir. I'm out of here." And let's go ahead and start pushing aggressive with Danny there also. We're now on the optimal stop with Oscar. Let's see what Stroll does here. So Stroll just made his pit stop. Start pushing attack. And I think we're going to want to pit on this lap. The Oscar.
Use overtake.
Copy, box.
Just do the next lap still. Or do we want to do this lap? Let's do next lap. Still push here. All out.
Box this lap.
Yep, box.
Looks like Stroll's going to be held up by some back markers there. Bring the battery back down with Oscar, and we're going to make that pit stop here soon. Got just a few more laps with the pit stop with Danny. And Danny's going to get by Richard. Richard's on a fresh set of mediums, though. But Danny's giving him a little fight. So we're now in with Oscar. Stroll's coming around. We're not going to get that, unfortunately. So Stroll made some good ground up on us during that stop, but let's push aggressive here. Get the tires warmed up as fast as possible. Looks like we're gonna have DRS from a back marker there. Let's go ahead and bring Danny in. So let's do next lap. Start bringing the tires up with Danny. Deploy the battery. Nice, so I think we're going to get a DRS boost.
Okay.
No, we did not from that back marker, but Lewis is. And Lance is pulling away from us, but we got some fresher tires right now. Danny's going to be making that stop here soon. And we're going to definitely get DRS now with Oscar. And go screaming past George. George is on a quite used set of hards, so he's gonna try to do the undercut on Danny. There we go. Let's actually jump on board with Danny here and see how this pit stop goes. Looks like Joe Guan Yu in the pit at the same time. Here we go, clean stop, boys and girls. Nice work. 2.5 seconds. Nicely done. Nicely done. Gonna put us back out in front of Joe here, so that won't be an issue. And here comes a Red Bull. Looks like Max potentially. Has Max already made it back up this far? It wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me. Alrighty, I'm gonna speed this back up, and hopefully we can get, you know, right towards the end of the race with 0 incidents. But if so, we can maybe jump onto a soft set of tires. But we'll see. Uh-oh, what do we have here? VSC, Alonso is out. Alonso is out. Let's hit pause here a moment.
Copy.
Do we want to... I mean, I guess we have nothing to lose, but also that we're going to be further away from Lance here if we make a pit stop. But we are going to be on the soft tire. Danny... This is tricky. I'm very curious to see if anyone's gonna come in for a pit. I don't think so, so I think we're just gonna want to hang out here. So that's gonna free up a position here. Let's see what happened. Fernando is out. Oh, I think we missed. Oh no, I think we missed the actual incident. But Aston Martin gonna have some work to do with whatever's wrong with that car. So it doesn't look like anyone's gonna pit.
Okay, there's a car in the barriers. He's out of the car.
Speed this up a little bit here. Yeah, so I don't think anyone's gonna make a pit stop, which is alright. It's gonna free up a position for us with both of our boys, so that is gonna now give us double points, which is exactly what we needed. We, I think, are well clear of Hamilton with Danny and Oscar. We can definitely snatch this 8 spot away from Lance for sure. Tires are starting to cool down, so we need the VSC to end as quick as it can. And here we go, VSC ending, VSC ending.
Okay.
And we're winding down here. We just have a few more. Let's see, how many? What lap? We're on 66, so we're about 6 laps to go here. All right, green, green, green. We got DRS right away. Let's get it, Oscar. Get him. Get him. Oh, Lance is gonna try to block it off. Oscar's gonna go back to the outside, try to juke him, try to send one around the outside, take the apex, and yes, sir. Clean work. Clinical.
Tire temperatures.
Yeah, tire temps are in a great window
Yeah.
now.
Copy.
Nice work, brother. Speed this back up, and Richard is, yeah, he's about 12 seconds ahead of us. But we are catching him quickly here. I wonder why. We are catching Richard quickly, but I don't think we're gonna catch him by the end. The laps are dwindling down real quickly here. And he's just a bit far out. I don't know though. I mean, we're pushing it. We're pushing it here. I think I'm just gonna keep the tire strategy hardcore. Oscar, yeah, we're too far away. There's not that many laps left to go. So we are farther away from Stroll now, which is nice. Yeah, Richard is just a bit far away. Let's go ahead and deploy the battery here. And yeah, we are well clear of Hamilton with Danny. Danny's not close enough. Uh-oh, Leclerc with a mechanical fault. What happened here?
Oh, what happened?
Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, something happened here. Is that going to push Leclerc behind? Richard's losing ground here pretty quickly. But we're just a bit far out. We're just a bit far out. So Max just started his final lap. We're going to get one more, I believe, after this. So unless somehow miraculously we can catch the cars in front. I mean, we've definitely made some big ground up, but I just don't think we're gonna, that's a whole nother 5 seconds per lap. We're just too far away, unfortunately. And that's it for Danny. Looks like Charlie Boy is gonna drop out. Uh-oh. That is very unfortunate because we're gonna get that free position, I believe, with Oscar. I mean, I suppose we're gonna get it with Danny as well. I wonder if that will change anything since he's finished already. Ay, what an ending to that one. We're getting 2 free positions with Alonso and Charles out of the race. Speed this up here. Yeah, we're gonna get that position there. Nice. Nice work. Wonder if we are with Danny. Let's see. Is he gonna switch over? No, it didn't because Danny finished already. So I wonder if we're gonna get that as well once the.
Make a job.
I think Charles might have lucked out there.
Yeah, great job.
We're about to find out.
Unusual, mate.
We're about to find out. But nice work, Oscar. Hanging in there till the end. Snagging some really good points for the team. With that first incident with Fernando getting out, that helped Danny get into the points. So a nice double points weekend for the team. Nice work, drivers. It was a tough one for sure. We're going back down to sea level. We're getting some new ATR points right after this weekend here. We don't have too much money, but we might have just enough to potentially do some research, or maybe we need to use our money to manufacture some more car parts if we're gonna need them. Been trying to use the weak power units as much as possible during practice sessions so we can conserve what we have left until the very end. I do not want to have to get new units for both drivers because that is not going to be cheap. We're going to be substantially in debt if that happens. And we need to spend that money elsewhere. But so far so good. Oscar just down 1 slot, unfortunately. Richard making a huge improvement, jumping up 7 slots, and Danny down 2, but it is going to be double points, so we're going to get 7 total points there. And McLaren's going to get about 21. So they're going to get a net 14 gain on us, which isn't good because they are running away from it. Yeah, they're running away from us pretty hard here. But that does... We are staying in front of Richard though, so that's nice. That's nice. But Richard is close behind. Very close behind. Well, that's gonna do it, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.